To describe my kids as adult adjacent. They are old enough to make their own decisions and young enough that I'm still expected to pay for everything. I have 2 kids and 2 dogs, and I'm going to say something a little controversial. I like my children more than I like my dogs. I know, it seems like today everybody's like, I like dogs better than people. And when you ask them like why, they're like, oh, dogs are so cute, and they give unconditional love. And when I hear that, what I hear is, I would like people more if they were more attractive and did not have their own opinions. My husband doesn't like dogs better than people in general. He definitely likes one of our dogs more than he likes me. This is of course a dog he didn't want to begin with. We didn't need another dog. Can't have this dog now. She can do no wrong. We had a horrible, horrible thing a few weeks ago. She massacred a nest of baby bunnies. Aww. I know, it was sad, except if you're my husband who's like, we don't know what happened. I mean, we don't know what those bunnies did. Oh, shit. He has a little song he sings every time he sees her. Every time she gets up and stretches, he's like, oh, good stretch. Babe, I've been doing yoga for over 20 years. You would never say good stretch. We'll be watching TV, I get up, go to the kitchen, make a little cheese board, bring back some wine. Full 15 minutes later, hey, where'd this come from? Dog gets up, gone for 2 seconds. Where did you go? Are you back? Oh my girl, you're back. The main thing is he's always asking her if she's good. Are you a good girl? Who's a good girl? Are you a good dog? You're a good dog. I'm like, honey, leaving aside the bunny issue, she also eats poop. She might not really be qualified to judge who is and isn't good. I'm confused by a lot of the language around dogs. Like people talk about fur babies. This does not sound like a pet to me. To me, this sounds like some old-timey carnival sideshow, like, step right up, see a lobster boy and fur baby. And it's like some kid with a weird hormone issue, non-attractive. People always ask me if my dogs are adopted. What is the other option? Do you think I gave birth to them? If you think I look like a bitch, just say that. Do you know you can get DNA testing for your dog? Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of get it for people, like you want to know where you come from, health issues. Although my mother did call me one day and she's like, oh, your father and I did 23andMe, and we are 99.9% Ashkenazi Jewish. I'm like, Mom, your parents are immigrants. Do you think there were a lot of people leaving Eastern Europe pretending to be Jewish? But with dogs, I really don't get it. Like, if you discover your dog is part Irish Wolfhound, are you going back to the old country so that they can, like, connect with their ancestors? Like, what is the point? The DNA testing is just sort of like the tip of the iceberg of the money you can spend on dogs, like doggy daycare, specialty food, clothes, car seats, everything. At least with kids, you stand like a slight chance of getting some of this money back. Not me. My daughter's in London because she's studying theater, so I'm not seeing any of that money. My husband's like, well, you have a philosophy degree. I'm like, yes, and I agree that's not a big moneymaker, but it does qualify me to know who is and isn't good, unlike the dog. When I was in college, majoring in philosophy, I had a cat, and we learned a lot from each other. If you have a cat and you have people over, there's always a place, everybody in the room wants to pet the cat except for one person, and that's the person whose lap the cat tries to get in. That was my exact dating strategy. Sometimes you're petting a cat out of nowhere, they turn and bite you. Also my dating strategy. My cat used to like to eat a lot of catnip, sit on the couch, stare into space. Me, only pot. Now I'm much more like my dogs. I'm very motivated by belly rubs. I do still have an email from those days, from my 20s. Anybody else still have like a Yahoo, AOL?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So Marta Segal at hotmail.com. You are welcome to write me there. I'll never see it because I use it for spam. Anytime you have to give out your email address, and my mom doesn't want to learn a new email. Also, I have a couple ex-boyfriends who I think are going to come to their senses any day now, and I need them to be able to contact me so I can tell them I'm over them. But my favorite email that I get there is a very politely worded spam from this man who wants me to know he has installed spyware on my computer, and he knows what kind of entertainment I watch and has videos of me watching this. My friend, it's a Hotmail account. I'm clearly incapable of embarrassment. It's a Hotmail account. All of the contacts that you're threatening to contact with these videos are probably dead. I'm a grown woman still using a Hotmail account. The likelihood that I know how to access any sort of embarrassing porn is very, very low. Like, basically, you are threatening to send videos of me watching HGTV to my dead aunt. I really don't understand internet porn. Like, for one thing, you're on your computer. What happens if you get a work email? Like, it feels like either it's going to ruin the fantasy for you or it's going to be an HR issue. Also, like, I can't quite get how do you sit appropriately that's both like ergonomically correct for the computer but also useful for you. I'm starting to think this might be why people have standing desks. Mainly though, I think we've really lost some community with internet porn. When I was growing up, one girl in your entire friend group would have access to her father's magazines. And she would bring one to every slumber party, and you would all look at them together and ask each other questions and have completely wrong information, but you had community around it, right? It used to be, if you wanted to watch a porn video, you had to like go to a video store or a porn store. More community, also jobs, good for the economy. Not only those jobs, what about the guys that used to name those videos? Like Goodwill Humping, Sorest Rump, When Harry Ate Sally. These were awesome names. I don't think they have those online. I know those names because I actually, all right, fine. I dated a guy in my 20s who was into porn, which now looking back on it, I really don't understand. Because, like, if you're 25 years old, you look fantastic. Like, if you have the body of a 25-year-old, that's what other people are fantasizing about. Just look in the mirror. I have decided, though, to write a porn movie based on the fantasies of women my age, you know, in our 30s. Y'all did not have to laugh quite so hard at that. No, here's the whole movie. Woman, gorgeous house, cleaned by somebody else, orders a pizza with only the toppings that she wants on it. She eats the pizza. Despite it having all that cheese, doesn't make her the least bit gassy. Goes upstairs to her bed, gorgeous bed, also made by somebody else. Falls asleep and sleeps through the night. She does not get too hot. She does not get too cold. She does not have to pee. She just sleeps through the night. And I'm going to title it Old School. Debbie does nothing.